7 o'clock Eastern time, and we have the first important news of the night. Some poll closings around the country, and we can project now that Kentucky is going to be won by John McCain. 10% in, but the NBC News projected winner is Senator John McCain out of Kentucky, Republican stronghold.
No surprise on those 8 electoral votes. No are on these 3 from Vermont. NBC News projecting at this hour that Senator Barack Obama will win in Vermont. The polls suggested all that all the way along there.
And we looked at the electoral map here. 270 needed to win. It is McCain with an early lead of 8 electoral votes to Obama's 3 key.
Now, of those we cannot call at this hour, the big hitter of 7 o'clock Eastern time, Indiana, is too close to call. Remember our various categorizations. The other one is too early. That one is too close, vitally important. The first toss-up, the first real step in the Republican dream of threading the needle here, and it is too close to call in Indiana.
The big story we'll continue to talk about in Georgia. It is too early to call. 0% in on the precincts. Too early to call in Georgia, also a state where Obama would like to make some gains.
Too early to call in Virginia, which is an Obama lead. It went to Bush, of course, by 9% in 2004. The polls have been recently stretching out for Mr. Obama. It is still a lean, and it is too early to call based on the polls closing moments ago.
In South Carolina, same condition, too early to call. In the race in South Carolina, also a Republican stronghold. We will still watch the African-American turnout there, however, throughout the night. Chris, the big headline out of that initial bit of news.
Well, I've been telling people for days, so I'll be consistent tonight, that you look at Indiana, a state that was born Republican. It's a Republican state, as Republican as, say, Vermont. It's Ben and Jerry's country. I mean, that's a liberal state, even a very liberal state. Hoosier country, the fact that it's too close to call, and I think we have to distinguish here in our calls. Too early to call, that's one thing. But when you say too close to call, that means we've got a lot of information, and it's going to end up close. And that means tonight, as we leave here at 3 in the morning, Indiana will be a close call. And if that's a close call, that's very telling and very helpful if you're rooting for Barack Obama tonight. Because if the Republicans have to fight to hold Hoosier country, that means they're probably going to lose Ohio, probably going to lose Pennsylvania, and you can sort of figure it out from there if you've been observing this all along.
We have a map
to look at. It's very helpful information if you're trying to read tonight.
We're going to look at a projected map for the House of Representatives now. And as we show you that map for the Democrats, the projected new House at 261 to 174. And for more on what the Senate is projected to look like, we turn to NBC's Lester Holt.
Well, we don't know what it'll entirely look like, David, but we have 2 calls we are prepared to make right now. The first is a Democratic pickup. It has taken place in the state of Virginia. NBC News projects, when all the votes are counted, that Mark Warner, the former governor, will have defeated Jim Gilmore, another former governor, for that open seat vacated by Jim Gilmore. Mark Warner wins in Virginia. South Carolina, Lindsey Graham will hold on to his seat as expected. And again, Mark Warner in Virginia. Let's look at where that leaves us right now as we look at our total. And there were 35, we should note 35 Senate seats up for grabs tonight. So the Democrats pick up 1. The Republicans, of course, will hold on to that seat in South Carolina. We'll continue to watch. We can tell you right now, too close to call in Kentucky, too close to call in Georgia. Back to you.
All right, Lester, thank you very much.